Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna do a quick review of the game Fuse. Just finished it about 10 minutes ago. Wrapped it up in normal mode. Third-person shooter made by Insomniac. As you can see, I think the first multi-platform game by Insomniac. Uh, I picked this game up because I played the demo, I think earlier this year, and I had fun with it. So I decided to pick the actual game up itself. I think I got it for around 20, 25 bucks used, which is definitely a way to go with this. But I'm doing a video because I actually do recommend the game. It actually really is fun. It reminds me a lot of the game Binary Domain, except the fact that the story for this game really isn't lacking. I mean, it really isn't there. There's a story in there somewhere. It's your typical, rogue politician goes. I don't want to spoil it, but there's not a whole lot there to be to follow. Put it that way. I mean, I was skipping the cutscenes the entire time. I just want to get back into the combat. But so there's 6 chapters, each roughly 45 minutes to finish. They're pretty long. The chapter's really long, which I was kind of shocked, but they are. And there's 4 teammates. You can switch between each teammate. They each got their own little special ability: sniper, heavy gunner, your assault guy. I don't remember what the other chick did. I think she was more like a medic. Yeah, she was like a medic. So if you get bored with one character, you can just switch on the fly and play as another character. I stuck with one entire time just to upgrade her and try to get the achievement, the trophy. So, but I had a lot of fun with this game. The combat's great. As the name states, Fuse. There's actually a part of the game where you get fuse weapons, which allow you to get these chain kills going. So you get 3 to 4 enemies in a room, and you shoot one with your fuse gun. It'll generate like a fuse kind of field, and it doesn't really kill them right away. It kind of just builds up and they just explode. But once you upgrade your weapon, that entire radius of the explosion from the fuse weapon will just kill other enemies, which I thought was really cool. And you can kind of link the enemies. So you start charging one up with the fuse weapon, you keep moving on, moving on, moving on. They all just explode, which I thought was really cool. It was very different. It's really what made this game into a fun overall third-person shooter. Without that fuse element, this would have been a very bad, mediocre third-person shooter because it just would have been boring. But the fuse weapons just made it a blast to play. And, upgrading your fuse weapon and abilities just made it just a fun game to play. It's probably nothing you've never seen before, but it's got your typical snow level and desert level and invade the bunker and shit like that. So, and you face the same enemies over and over. The only real boss battle was one at the very end, which he was kind of a pain in the ass for me. But after a couple, you start tweaking the abilities of your squad mates and playing a good strategy. There's really nothing you can't handle that you haven't seen throughout the game. So overall, really decent game, decent shooter. If you enjoy third-person shooters, pick it up. Definitely give it a shot. It is buggy though. Like I beat it on normal mode, and for some reason the trophy didn't unlock. I don't know why that is. There is online co-op. I just tried to play a match, but I kept hooking up with people who just they didn't play. They just sat in a corner and wouldn't do anything. So there's online co-op. There's local co-op. So there's a lot to do in this game, and there actually is a lot of replayability because if I wanted to, I could go back and start the campaign all over again with another character and just build him up. Maybe the heavy machine gunner. And to my surprise, the dialogue between the characters really isn't all that bad. I mean, it's not as cheesy as other games. It's actually kind of funny, believe it or not. So kind of little one-liners here and there, and the squad mates are just kind of yell at each other and take shots at each other throughout the game. But overall, it was pretty enjoyable. I'm glad I finished it finally. I can move on to other things. So yeah, I mean, Fuse. It is for the 360 also. 360 and PS3. It came out, I think, late last year. It got a lot of hate early on when the first trailer was released for this game. Everybody just trashed it. Um, that's the way things are today. Gamers just like to complain and whine about shit. So they whined about Insomniac going to a Microsoft platform, making games for that, and they whined about how cheesy the game was. So I think a lot of people just wrote the game off, as just a bad game from the start. Didn't play it, but I'm here to tell you I did play it all the way through 6 campaigns, and it's pretty solid. I mean, it's decent. It looks okay. It looks good for a PlayStation 3 game. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I mean that's really it, guys. That's it for Fuse. I know I probably didn't talk a whole lot about it, but really the combat's its strong point. It's as far as the other categories go, graphics, story, controls. They're all they're all average. I give it maybe a B plus, whereas the combat's probably A or something like that. The combat's definitely its main draw. I mean, if you're looking for a good third-person shooter, it's definitely one you should pick up and play, in my opinion. So that's it, guys. You got any questions? Feel free to put them down below, and I'll get back with you. But that's it, Fuse. So check it out, pick it up. I'm sure it's cheaper than what I paid for it by now. You'll probably get maybe at Garbage Stop or somewhere else for $20 or something like that. So, or in the future, if you see it in the Salvation Army or somewhere or pawn shop for $5, pick it up. You won't regret it. So take care, guys. Later.